Welcome to a project update. I've got a table absolutely jam-packed full of finished projects, WIPS, and also this time I've got some acquisitions which I never normally have, and it looks like I've gone a little bit crazy with acquisitions, so
it looks like a jumble sale.
We'll get there, but I'm going to start with finished objects first because actually I've got 5. I think I've been so hardworking, so let's get into the finished objects. First finished object is my summer ween socks. I've literally finished these probably a few days after I filmed the last project video, and I blocked them, and I've not worn them yet because I didn't want to wear them until I've shown you, which is, that's so silly. But so summer ween socks, this was hand dyed. I dyed it, and the green I also dyed, but I just wanted it to be like Monster High, if we remember Dan's education on Monster High last time.
I don't want to revisit it.
So now that I've shown you, woo, I can wear those today. Fantastic. They feel so soft. I absolutely love them. The perfect, like, gothy. What would you describe them as? I don't know. Gothy,
yeah, just a bit old.
Old.
Is that the word? I don't know. I'm old. You can't even recreate them because you blew the microwaves up.
I know, yeah. So I can't even hand dye anymore. So that's the first finished object. Those socks, fantastic. Love them. Next, another pair of socks, of course. I did a toe up sock course. It seems like ages ago now, and these are the socks that I knit for that sock course. So these are opal. I can't remember the colourway, but it's one that they discontinued, of course, because they discontinue them all the time. I'm sure they'll bring back as a different name.
They'll relaunch it under Sock Waller or
Rainforest
Waller or something.
So these were toe up socks, and I also did a different heel. I basically just did the heel that I do as the toe, if that makes sense. And it was an afterthought heel, so I put the heel in after I finished the sock. That's what an afterthought heel is. Whereas in these ones, and I normally do a heel flap and gusset, so they were a little bit different for me. Again, I finished these ages ago and I've not worn them yet because I wanted to show you first. Nice nice pristine socks that haven't been on my feet yet. Is that
they're not crusty yet.
Not crusty yet, but that's cool because now I can wear them tomorrow, so that's nice.
Is that all the socks?
That's all the finished socks.
Oh, okay.
Are you getting at your sock?
Yeah, can we get to my socks?
Your sock will be soon.
Yeah.
I have a finished vest. This is the, what's it called? Let's have a look. The Ithilien vest by Fabel Knitwear, which I have done in the Beehive Yarns Halloween Advent that was from 2022. And I held it double, so it's 2 strands of 4-ply held double to make DK. Absolutely love it. However, it doesn't fit. It's too small because I'm pregnant. So it's going to have to go in the wardrobe. Again, this has been blocked for months and waiting in the wardrobe to show you. But yeah, at the moment it doesn't fit because I'm pregnant. It doesn't go over my boobs.
If you roll it under, you could wear it as a sports bra.
And I don't think it goes over my tummy as well at the moment. So we're going to save this one till next year. But it's ready and it's waiting for me. All of the ends have been weaved in, which is amazing for me because the amount of colour changes that I had to do, I can't remember how many rows I did to colour change it, but I like mauled it as well. So I was doing like 1 row in one colour, then a couple of rows in another colour, and then a couple of rows and like that. So it was like more of a fade rather than actual stripes, which I think the finished effect, it gives that. Can you see it on the camera, Dan?
I can, yeah.
I've just noticed there's one end.
So you've not weaved all the ends in.
Oh, I was doing so well. But yes, so that is the Ithilien vest by Fabel Knitwear, and I absolutely love it. I love the shape of the neckline. This is exactly what I want for the square neck cardigan that I was talking about in the last video. This is the neck shape. So that's a next year wearable. I'll put it away in my wardrobe till then.
And then you'll forget about it.
Yeah.
And we'll all see it in 4 years' time.
Now, because it's me, there have been a couple of side quests. The first one is I did a hexi cardigan course. And this is what I made for the hexi cardigan course. Oh, that's inside out. I wore this one yesterday, so.
So this is not an unworn one?
This isn't an unworn one, no, I wore it. So, I've used King Cole Drifter DK. Is it Subtle Drifter? It's one that they are discontinuing. I'm not sure if it's still in this catalogue, I can't remember. But they are discontinuing it, so we don't stock it anymore. But I just really liked the dark navy colour, and it's kind of a bit mild as well, so it's got a little bit of light blue, a little bit of dark blue, and I just thought it was really witchy, and I was going for like a 90s celestial witchy vibe.
I remember that phase well.
So it's 2 hexagons, and then on the back I did 4 granny squares with the swirly sun and the crescent moon as well, which I absolutely love. I think they look great. And then to pull those colours in, I have done a little bit of a different sleeve top, just so that it wasn't all blue. I thought that would look quite nice. I've finished the sleeves. I do think they could have been a little bit longer. I was talking about this yesterday when I wore it, so I may go back round the end of the sleeves with the yellow and the grey beige colour, just to add a little bit of length to the sleeves. And then also, Dan, you were saying...
Well, I said that about the cuffs.
The bottom.
And the sleeves.
Oh, did you?
I said that on the way to Waitrose for a coffee yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Trying to steal my vision.
I've done 2 rows of half trebles around the bottom, and Dan said that I could do a row of the grey beige and a row of the yellow as well, to like tie the colours in together and then make it a little bit longer.
I'm a visionary.
So that is another finished object. It's taken me ages, and for a while it was just sat there with... Turn it round. It was just sat there with a few things to do, and I just couldn't be bothered to do it. But I've done it.
Sounds like my socks.
And I've also done a little like step here for the front. I've not put any buttons on it because I absolutely hate buttons, and I don't button things up anyway, so I don't see the point in putting buttons on things. Cut to me in a few months where I put buttons on a cardigan. Okay, so that's that one, and then the last finished object. Can you see this?
Yeah, I feel like you should put it on.
Is this hat?
Yeah.
We have a picture of me wearing this already.
I feel like we should jump cut to you putting it on.
No.
Come on.
No, because I don't want to undo this fantastic bow.
Yeah, but we're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers, and that might tip us.
This is the Big Bow Bonnet by Park and Knit, who's on Instagram and Ravelry. I've followed her for years, and I've knit quite a few of her patterns before. But we had this new yarn come in, which you've probably heard us talk about in previous videos, which is Sirdar's Soft Down. And I needed to knit something that was quick and easy and eye-catching to advertise the wool. So this is what I've decided to knit, and also it's fantastic.
It looks like the worst double act I've ever seen.
I absolutely love it, and I feel like I would wear this.
I know.
So it is a bonnet for an adult. You start it at the centre here, so you kind of do like a magic ring. You do in crochet, but you do it in knitting, and then you work out, which is really cool. I've never done that before. I can't remember what the cast on method is called, but then you knit all this. It's got a folded over brim, and then this long tie, I suppose it's called, is threaded all the way through. So that is my final finished object, and maybe arguably the best one. Okay, moving on to WIPS. We'll start with Dan's socks, seeing as he's
Everybody's going to talk about whip.
seeing as he's always mentioning it. I've got 3 sock WIPS on the go. This is Dan's finished sock, which I finished a long time ago.
That makes my foot look massive.
I don't think you've even tried it on, Dan.
Don't fit.
Maybe you should try it on before I finish the second one. So again, it's been blocked and it's been sat waiting to be worn.
For me to lose a leg.
So that's the finished one. I have started the second one. Amazingly, I'm just about to do the heel. So I've done the leg. I haven't done the cuff yet because I did that afterwards, because on this one I was using knitting elastic and I found it really difficult to cast on with the knitting elastic, so I knit the cuff afterwards. Did you say that you wanted it to be blue then orange on the next one, or are we going the same?
Surprise me.
Oh dear, okay. So that's the finished one. This one, I'm just doing the heel now. That's my next job in it. So that shouldn't take too long.
Yeah, if only you didn't have 2 other socks on the go.
Well, the other 2 socks, hang on, I will get to them. One of them is important, the other one isn't.
You're holding the one that's not.
So Dan's sock, that's coming along nicely. I've actually started it, so that's a good thing. This one we talked about in one of our podcasts a couple of episodes ago, and I was testing out some yarn that we found when we was on holiday in Wales. I've only done the 1 sock so far. This is the Hermione everyday sock, sort of. Oh, that was the longest ring-in ever. I don't know why it rung for so long. So this is the Hermione everyday sock, sort of, because I used I did a different rib. I think that it suggests to do a 1x1 rib, and I did a 2x2. I did the pattern for the leg. I did do their heel flap and gusset actually, yeah. So I think the only thing that I did differently was the rib. So that's that one done. I need to do the other one. I haven't even started the second one yet, but I'm not in a rush to do that because it was just a sample for the shop. But if I can do it, then when I've got time I may as well do it, and then I can wear them. And then the third sock whip I have is this Christmas sock. So this, oh, wrong way. This is the West Yorkshire Spinners, I think it was called Gingerbread colour from last Christmas. And I've got a couple of balls of this because I wanted to make me and my mum a pair of Christmas socks. So far I've done 1. I did this. What do you mean? I've only got 3 to go and it's October. I've got plenty of time.
That was last year's. You got this year's socks.
Yeah, I know, but well, this it's okay. We'll get there. So I knit these cuff down, but I did an afterthought heel. I don't know why. I was just feeling fruity.
It was just an afterthought.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if it was any quicker if I was just doing the cuff, knitting a long tube, doing the toe, and then putting the heel in. I think it was a little bit quicker. Oh, and also, I know why I did it, because if I'd have done a heel flap and gusset like I normally do, then the pattern wouldn't have stayed right. So I wanted to make sure that the stripes stayed correct and then put the heel in afterwards. So this shape heel that I've done here, and then I also did it on these toe-up socks, it's not the best fit heel for my foot, but we'll give it a go. Like, I'm not going to wear them all year round anyway. So this is my first one. This one's for me. So I've got another one for me to do, and then I've got a pair for my mum to do, hopefully for this Christmas. But I've got another ball of this as well, because I got 2 balls to do 2 pairs of socks. But I'm going to have loads left over, so I may even be able to do something else Christmassy. I don't know what.
Our daughter a pair.
Yeah, I could do, couldn't I? I'll have plenty left to do it. And it's also got a little bit of gold stellina probably in it, so it's making it a little bit sparkly, so it's very festive. And I just really like the colours, like subdued, also autumny colours. But yeah, I really liked that as soon as I saw it. So that is is that the third? The third sock whip. Okay, so because we're in October and it's Halloween season, I had a sock set from last year, which was 5 mini skeins from Beehive Yarns. I had a voucher actually that I got when I left my old job, possibly, and I needed to spend it last year, so I got a Hocus Pocus 5 mini skein set from Beehive Yarns because I love her yarn. And I wanted to do something that wasn't socks with it, so I decided to do like a little triangular shawl because I found those really handy last winter in the shop. So this is how it's going so far. It's just, I'm kind of making the pattern up as I go along. It's loosely based on the habitation throw, which I've done a couple of times before, and wear a pram blanket that I made for our daughter as a habitation throw. I wear it as a shawl now. So I'm just doing like a triangle version of that, so it's not a square blanket. I do think that I should have made the tips longer because the phone was ringing again. So yes, I do feel like I should have done, I've done the increases every other row. So on the right side rows, I've increased 1 stitch just on one side to make the triangle. I do think that maybe I should have done the increases not every other row to begin with. Just 1 second, bear with. So like with this Sophie scarf that I did, I think the increases were every 8th row. So possibly I should have done, not as dramatic as this, but I possibly should have done every 3rd row or every 5th row or something, just at the very end, to make this tip a bit longer, because when I've already gone halfway, so when I'm wrapping it round, it's not going to go all the way round. So I could do that on this side, because the halfway point is, oh, I never use straight needles either, and I'm using straight needles for some reason. The halfway point is there, so I am on my way back now. So I could do that on that side and then make that tip longer, so then I can tie, like, just tie it, I suppose. I don't know, we'll see. Well, I'll keep trying it on as I'm doing it, but it's Hocus Pocus colours, which it really does scream Hocus Pocus to me. So I was trying to get it finished for obviously October, November-y time, and I've not got that much left to do, so I should be able to get it finished to wear. And also with the colours that are already in my wardrobe, it won't look out of place if, what do you think, Dan?
You're going for that 90s
celestial
vibe.
It won't look out of place in the rest of the winter with the other colours that are in my wardrobe, so I will be wearing it in November, December, probably even January and February as well. But it's really lightweight, it's 4-ply. I've used 4mm needles for it, so it's got a really nice drape, which is what you use in the habitation throw, so I knew that that was going to be a nice drape for me, and I like the fabric that it produces. But yes, so talking about Halloween and Halloweeny projects, do we remember this from last time, which was the Jailbird blouse from Poison Girls, which had short sleeves originally, and I said I wanted to make it with long sleeves so that I wore it more. I very nearly finished the second sleeve. I probably will get this finished today.
How many times did you do those sleeves though, because you kept messing up?
Okay, so I've written notes about this because, let me put that on the floor. Jailbird blouse, here we go. I picked up the stitches and knitted half of the first sleeve and then tried it on. So I got down to about here, I would say, tried it on, and I just thought it was too baggy, the sleeve was too baggy, it didn't look right. So I took it all back out, and then I picked up the stitches. Oh, because they do have a pattern for a Jailbird blouse with long sleeves. However, I didn't realise at the time it was for double knit wool, and this is sport weight. So then I picked up the sleeves again, and I used the wrong size needles. So I think I knit like the black and the orange stripe and realised that I'd used 2 smaller needles. So I'd used a 3.25 rather than a 3.75. I've got no idea why. I just kept picking up the wrong size needles. And then, what else? Oh, and then I finally picked the right size needles and picked the right number of stitches. I basically just went around the armhole and did every other stitch, picked that up, and that seems to have worked fine. And I was also trying to figure out how many stitches I wanted at the end. So I had a look at some other jumpers that I've got from the same designer, and I think they had 55 stitches on the cuff, and I liked that cuff. So I knew that I wanted to end with 55 stitches, and I think I picked up 68 stitches to begin with. So I just needed to make a few decreases. So I've marked where the decreases were. I think I also had another one here, so that I could match it on the other side. So I've done that sleeve, and then I have very nearly done this sleeve. I've done all of the decreases now. I just am finishing. I think I've got maybe 3 more stripes to do, and then the cuff, so that should be done today. However, there has been a slight problem. Of course there has.
It's you.
It's me. It's been in my bag, and I've spilt something on it. I don't know, I think it might be salsa.
Because you carry salsa around.
Apparently I carry salsa around. But I've tried to wash it. Can you see it?
Yeah.
And it won't come out. So, oh, that's what I did as well. I took out the bottom and re-knit the bind off because I needed it to be stretchier. This was before the salsa incident. So I have got these these two salsa stains, which I've got a couple of options. I can either take all of the rib out, take this orange stripe out, and then also there's a little bit up here in this orange stripe, so I could take the orange stripe out, the black stripe, and 3 rows of this orange stripe and re-knit all of that, which, to be honest, I don't want to do. I can't be bothered to do. Or the other thing is I could duplicate stitch over the top. I could duplicate stitch over the top of these few rows here and then just take out up to the black row there and then re-knit that. I could duplicate stitch over the whole thing, but I feel like that is going to be quite obvious because even though it's the same colour, I bought them 7 years apart, there is a slight difference in colour, so I feel like you are going to see it. Or the other option is to like make a hole and then just re-knit these sections, sort of as if you did have a hole in it, and weave your thread through and then re-knit it.
Or just bin it.
I'm not going to bin it. Or I could just leave it for this year.
Because you'll spill stuff down.
I'll worry about it next year. I don't know. Because otherwise, if I do all that, then it's not going to be the season to be wearing it, really, by the time I've finished all that. It's just so annoying. I don't know why it won't come out. But I soaked it for ages, and I was rubbing it a little bit, and I didn't want to rub it anymore. But I'm so frustrated. If it was on the back, I think I would just leave it. But it's not. It's bang in the centre on the front. And also, the jumper isn't long enough, I don't think, to tuck in. So you are going to see it.
Just get rid of those lines and do a boob tube with sleeve.
So that is a very, very nearly finished object. Maybe it isn't such a finished object, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I'll let you know what I decide to do, but it's more than likely going to be the most difficult and time-consuming option.
Like my socks.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt the video. Me and Dan are trying to get to 3,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So if you are enjoying our videos, then please subscribe and give us a like. And yeah, back to the other video. See ya. So, the Amedeo cardigan. How many times have I talked about this? It's getting on my nerves now, like I'm getting bored of it. The amount of times I've undone this cardigan and redone bits is ridiculous. So I've done the one side, which is there we go. So I'd done one side, that was fine. I did that a couple of years ago. That's all hunky-dory. And then, if you remember from last time I talked about it, the other side, I'd knit in the wrong size needle. Seems to be a theme for me. So I undid that, and then I've re-knit that side. It might have been the other way around, actually. This might be the one that I'd done, which is the one with the buttonholes. Yeah, so this is the one that I'd done, and that was all fine. This is the one that I've just knit, so I undid it and knit it in the right size needles. However, I was having a problem with the pattern, and I don't think it's me. I would like to think that I'm quite proficient in reading patterns, and on the pattern it says the left front, and this chart that I was following was for the left front. However, this is the right front. Is this the right front? That's the right side of my body, and that's the right front. And this one, which is the left front, says the right front on it. So they're just the opposite way round. But then also, when I was following the pattern for the right front, but it says the left front, it was telling me to do buttonholes again. So I've done one buttonhole there, but I'd already done buttonholes on this side. So I don't know, it possibly is something that's been fixed since I bought the pattern, because I have had the pattern for years and I've just got an old version of it. But yes, it was very confusing, and I asked quite a few people if it was just me that was going crazy. But I've done the right front, I've done the left front, and then after I did all that, I was looking at the back and thought, because the back has got the lace pattern and it joins in a V at the centre, and I was counting like how many yarn overs I'd got on each side, and it was a little bit off center, so I undid the back, of course, and I've started the back again. I can't show you this very well because I've finished. I've just put it down in the middle of the row,
and it's the same colour as your jumper,
and it's to replace this jumper because I wear this jumper all the time. So I've restarted the back, so it doesn't look like I'm any further along with that, but actually I've undone stuff and started it again. So
so you're nowhere near getting it done.
No, it's going to be a next year one. So we've got 2 more WIPs left, and then it's on to acquisitions. So the one that Dan keeps moaning about that I haven't finished yet is this jumper that I'm doing in Jamboree, which is for a video series that we're doing. So I've finished the front, and it's a great size, and it's still going to fit me even though I'm pregnant. And then I've done one sleeve, which is here, and the cuff, like the rib, is so long, but I think I really like it. It's like 40 something rows in 1x1 rib, which was a slog, but yes. So I've done one sleeve, and I've also done half the back again. I seem to have finished this in the middle of a... Oh my gosh, there's some salsa.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's salsa on this one. That's on the inside though, that's fine. We can cope with salsa on the inside. So I've done half the back as well. So I've got another half of the back to do, and another sleeve, and then the neckband, obviously, and sew it all together. So I am plodding along with this. I just need to dedicate a week to it, and then it will be finished.
And then we can get the next video up for.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things that it just gets put to the side, and then I've done other things. I've done shop samples and whatever, and just don't pick it back up. And then also I took the wool home that I was using, so when I did have time at the shop to do a bit of knitting and I needed a new ball of wool, I couldn't start it because the wool was at home, and then by the time I got home I couldn't bother. So that's the story. That's my excuse why I've not finished it yet.
And you're sticking with it.
I'm sticking with it, yeah, but we're getting there. Like, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
And it's also, the Jamboree is, so it's acrylic, but it feels like cotton, so it's going to be one that you can wear in spring, a good in-between season knit. So if it takes till spring, it doesn't matter because it's fine.
Yeah. Bets on what you're going to spill down it next.
I know, I can't believe what.
Well, you don't even carry salsa.
I don't even remember having salsa.
Secret salsa. It's all coming out.
Okay, so the last WIP that I have is the Dela cardigan, and I started this because I just needed a new cast on.
Because you just had nothing else on.
Yeah. I talked about it in my previous video and saying that I wanted to make an orange and blue stripy cardigan, and these are the colours that I had. I do wonder if I should have used a brighter orange, but this is the orange that I had. And I was umming and ahhing last time on whether I was going to do the Dela cardigan because I wanted to make sure that it hit in the right place, the neckline, that it was square enough and all that. You can go back and watch that if you want to see my inner turmoil. But I've cast it on, so I needed to figure out, because I wanted the neckband to be blue, I needed to figure out, and I wanted the cuff and the ribbon around the bottom to be blue. I needed to figure out how big the stripes needed to be to make sure that I could fit enough stripes to finish on an orange before doing the blue neckband with the length of the cardigan. Yes, that made sense. Did that make sense?
I wasn't listening.
I didn't think so. In my brain, that made sense. So I don't think I've written it down actually. Oh no, I did. So the full length is 28 centimetres from the bottom to the underarm. This is 9 centimetres, the rib. So I took 9 centimetres off that. So what does that make? That makes 19 centimetres. But then there's 5 centimetres of raglan decreases after the underarm. So I added that back on. So that's 24 centimetres. And then I decided that to make it easier, I just divided that by 2. So there was going to be 12 stripes. So each stripe is 2 centimetres. Yeah?
Sure.
Are you with me?
No.
So each stripe is 2 centimetres, so that I will get orange, blue, orange, blue, orange, blue, orange, finish on orange on the 12th stripe. So then the rib around the neckline is going to be blue. That's my plan. That is my plan. I do, looking at it, I do think that 2 centimetres is a little bit thick. I would have preferred 1.5 possibly, and 24 does go into 3, so I could have done 1.5 and then but we've done it now. So
we've done it.
We've done it. And looking at the width of the stripes, it's just one row taller than the stripes on this jumper, and I like that jumper, so maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe. So I've started that, and you do knit the body all in one piece up to the armholes, and then you do each sleeve, knit both of those, which I'm not looking forward to, and then you join it all together and do the raglan increases as the last thing. So it's probably my least favourite construction.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Phone rung again. I can't remember what I was saying, Dan. It's my least favourite construction for a cardigan because you have to do both the sleeves before you can finish the body. But that's what we're going with because I really like the finished pattern. So yes, it's gonna be an ongoing project. It's not going to be one that's a quick one for me. So I don't expect to get this finished.
I expect to see it in every project video for the next 4 years.
Also, I'm a little bit worried that I've not got enough yarn, but again, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Luckily, we work in a wool shop.
Do we still sell that yarn?
We don't sell this yarn anymore, no, so I'd have to buy it from somewhere else. But yes, that's started. I know that I will really enjoy it when I finished it, but it's not one that I'm rushing to finish. I'm just kind of enjoying knitting this one. And because it's just stocking stitch, it's really mindless and easy to do at night. Apart from the colour changes, obviously, but that's not hard. So yeah, so that's my last WIP.
Shall we talk about your acquisitions?
Well, I've just got a spinning project to talk about.
Of course you've got a spinning project to talk about.
And then it's my acquisitions. So we had someone come and do a drop spindle workshop the other day, and it's something that I've always wanted to do. I bought a drop spindle during COVID and had a little go myself, and then put it under the bed somewhere and never picked it up again because I didn't get along very well with it. But I decided to do the sock knitting workshop that Tonya was doing, and got the bug for it a little bit. And then I had bought
the sock knitting workshop.
Did I say sock knitting?
Yeah.
Oh, the drop spindle workshop. I've decided to learn how to knit socks faster. I bought this fibre. This is from Spin Jones, and I bought this in 2020. But when I first began my drop spindle journey, and then obviously didn't continue with it. So after I did the drop spindle workshop here, I went home and dug this out, and I was like, I'm going to spin this. So it's 100 grams, and it's merino and sari silk. And I've done 50 grams of it. I've put it on a poster. Because I haven't got whatever that equipment is that they use.
A stick?
A stick. No, when you've spun it, you put it on a lazy Kate, it's called.
It's not found Kate.
A lazy Kate, and then you spin the other bit and then you ply them together. So this is my pretend lazy Kate. Because we guess so. The orange is just my leader yarn, so that's nothing to do with it. But it's, by the end of it, I was getting quite a consistent thread, which I'm quite pleased with. At the moment, it looks like a 4-ply, so I'm assuming when I've done the other 50 grams and then plied them together, it's going to be more like a double knit. So I have 100 grams of double knit. I was expecting, like, the ball to be a lot bigger for 50 grams, but I don't know. I'm new to this, I'm not sure. And I did find it quite difficult with the sari silk because if it was in like clumps, I found that difficult to keep it thin. But as I got more used to it, I was redistributing the sari silk anyway. So I have this left to do. This took me about a month. not continuously doing it. I was just picking it up every now and then. And to begin with, I was drafting really long pieces which was taking a long time, and then spinning all that and then redrafting loads more. But by the end of it, I just kind of got a bit more used to drafting as I was going, so that made it a bit quicker. Like the last 20 grams, I think I spun on a Saturday at the shop. Like it didn't, like, when was it, last Saturday?
Yeah, the customers were covered in it.
You do get covered in fibre. But so I've got 50 grams of that left to do, and then I've got to ply them together, and then you have to like wash it and let it settle and stuff. I don't know, there's a whole process, so I've got to learn how to do that as well.
What are you going to make with it?
I don't know. It depends how many meters I get at the end of it. And also there's like a thing, I don't know what it's called, that you can get so you can wrap it around and you can measure how many meters you've made. I don't have that, so am I going to get a tape measure out and measure how many meters? I don't know.
Probably on a Saturday afternoon when it's the busiest.
Have all the customers holding one end. So that is an ongoing thing. I don't expect it to be finished anytime soon.
You've done right.
It's more like a process thing, like I guess with the cardigan as well.
It's a cry for help.
It's a cry for help. But because I've enjoyed that so much, moving on to acquisitions, I've bought
Not happy about this.
I've bought another 100 grams of some fibre. This is quite tightly, like that's 50 grams, it's quite tightly wound. When I was ordering the fibre and the drop spindles for the drop spindle workshop, I saw this and couldn't resist it. So I do have another 100 grams of fibre to spin after I've done this one. And I do also have, actually, I accidentally bought some bamboo fibre.
No, you didn't.
No, I did.
You didn't.
I thought it was like this. This is merino. I thought it was like this, but it's just 100% bamboo, and it was too slippy for beginners to do. So I have also, I think it's 25 grams of bamboo, and I've got 25 grams of a merino that goes with it, that I'm wondering whether I can blend to make something. I don't know.
You've got more hours in the day than anyone else.
I know, I've got so many hours as Beyonce. So that's a second spinning project, but I'm not in a rush to do that, obviously.
Obviously.
It's not a...
Expect that in 4 years' time.
It's not something that you rush to do. Okay, so some other acquisitions. I went on Vinted and for some reason typed in de-stash for people that are de-stashing their yarn stash. And I'm always a bit dubious about buying second-hand wool, and I don't think I would buy it if it's been used. And also when it arrives, I will put it in the freezer for a week or whatever and make sure that there's no moths or anything in it. So if you are going to buy second-hand wool off Vinted, fantastic, do it. But just make sure that you're treating it and making sure that there's no moths in it, because you don't want to bring moths into your stash. So I just came across some West Yorkshire spinners. I think I paid £10 for these 3 balls, and then they're like £10 a ball in shops normally. We don't stock West Yorkshire spinners. You know, we don't stock West Yorkshire spinners.
We'd like to.
We'd love to, and I love West Yorkshire spinners. Everybody knows I love them. So I got these colours. I'm not quite sure why. I don't think they came as a bundle, but I made it as a bundle on Vinted, so then I got 20% off as well. So it was £10 and then I got 20% off. That's good.
We're
So
just
what did I
hearing
get?
live justification.
£8 for 300 gram balls. So this one is called Rum Paradise, which is a really bright rainbow summery self-striping. This one's called Nutcracker, so I think that this must have been a Christmas colourway from a couple of years ago. I'm not sure, but it's sparkly like their Christmas colourways usually are, so that's what I'm assuming. And then this one is called Hope, which is more like an autumn rainbow, which I really liked. So I got all those. Oh, what does that say about Yarndale? Oh, did they do like special ones for something? I'm not sure, but that ball band says Yarndale on it, and the other ones don't. So I'll have to look into that. But yeah, so I got those 3 off Vinted to make socks, obviously, to make a couple of pairs of socks each. And they will go in my sock stash, because sock yarn doesn't count as stash yarn.
Sure.
That's what somebody said to me the other day, and I'm sticking with it. So I got those. On the subject of West Yorkshire spinners, I got their Christmas colourway for this year, which is called Mulled Wine. I got this from Pretty Knits Wool Shop from Hannah, because, as you know, we don't stock West Yorkshire spinners.
We'd like to,
We'd
though.
love to.
If anyone out there works for them.
Because I love West Yorkshire spinners, as you can see. There is literally 5 balls of West Yorkshire spinners on this table. So this is their Mulled Wine colourway for Christmas this year. Probably I'm not going to knit this until next year because I've got the gingerbread ones that I'm doing this year, and also Nutcracker now. But I just really liked the dark colours in this, the purples. I mean, obviously it's my colours. I could even do like a scarf, a shawl or something, couldn't I, rather than socks? I don't know, we'll see. They do have a shawl pattern for it. I think it takes 2 balls though, but I just got 1 ball of this year. Maybe I'll get another one, I don't know. We'll have a look on Vinted later in the year, next year. So that's the, it's not the whole Vinted haul. Hang on a second, I got these as well. Okay, so as you may or may not know, we are having a baby, and I really liked this Snuggly 4-ply, Sirdar Snuggly 4-ply colour. It's in colour Treehouse, and when we went to the Sirdar offices a few months ago, I'd seen this colour like in their shade book, and I'd had a look at some of the patterns online and everything, and decided that I really liked it and wanted to do a blanket in it. And then when we were there, I kept seeing this particular colour and this particular ball of wool just in every room we went in. Can you remember? And it was just like the lady that was weighing the balls of wool to make sure that they were all the correct weight was weighing this, and I was like, that's a sign, I'm gonna have to get it. But I couldn't really justify buying 6 balls or whatever it was I needed for this blanket at full price, because we don't stock it, and I didn't want to buy a whole pack in because it comes in a pack of 10. I don't need 10 to get it at cost price. So again, I went on Vinted and managed to find 6 balls. Can't remember how much I paid for it. I will have a look, but it was really cheap again, maybe £5, £6 for 6 balls, so like £1 each. I do think that it is an old dye lot, but that doesn't matter because it's all the same dye lot. And the original plan was to make a blanket with it. I am now wondering whether I do need another blanket, because we have a pram blanket already, so why don't I just use that one again? That seems, it's perfectly fine. I wear it as a scarf. So maybe then I will do a cardigan or a hat, like a couple of things in it, just because I really like the colour, and knowing like the skin tone and everything of our first baby, I feel like this colour is going to go, presuming it's your baby.
Why not be?
I feel like this colour is going to go well with their skin tone and hair colour. We don't know, we've not met them yet. But so this is called Treehouse. They do like a whole woodland walk, I think it's called, the book, and it's got like little acorns. Oh my gosh, I've got a book. 1 second. So I got this book recently, which is Peter Rabbit Baby Knits, and it's got like really woodlandy things in, and there's like a couple of acorn hats. I can't find it now. So like doing something along the lines of woodland theme, I think, for some reason that's what I'm feeling for this baby. So that colour and something from that book, when we know what we're having, we find out in a few weeks time what we're having, then I'll be able to put something together. So that concludes my Vinted haul. So please excuse the state of this pattern. I've had it for over a year. I bought this when we were buying the shop. I'll show you this side because this is the one that I'm doing. Oh, you can't see it though, it's white. Ugh.
We'll have B-roll.
I bought this when we were buying the shop, and I bought like a few patterns, and I bought loads of wool to test stuff out, because you know how much I like to test stuff out before we bring it in. And this is a king cole pattern. It's 5487, and it's a children's cardigan, 6 months up to 6 years. And I'm going to knit this one for our daughter. I did already start knitting it in a pink yarn that I had in my stash. She agreed that she liked it, and I knit most of the back, and then she said that she didn't like the colour. So king cole discontinuing, Majestic DK, and we had loads of this colour left, cerise, and it's a really bright blue toned, cool toned pink. She has said that she likes this colour. Was you there when she said it?
I wasn't, and I don't believe her.
She said that she likes this colour, so I'm going to re-knit this cardigan in this pink because she's obsessed with pink. It's just a nice little v-neck. They do have one with a hood on the back as well, but she wouldn't wear the hood anyway, so I don't see the point in doing that extra work. So that's something that I need to cast on soon so that she can wear it at nursery and get a wear out of it. I'm going to do 3 to 4 years. She is nearly 4, but she's quite a small child. So I think 3 to 4 years will be a fine size, and then the next one up is 5 to 6 years, which is going to be way too big for her. But yes, so I'm going to do that, and I've got 6 balls of this, I think, so I've got 300 grams, so there's probably going to be a little bit left over anyway, which I could always do a hat for winter with her, for her, or a scarf or something like that. But yes, so that is now an acquisition that is in my stash. 2 more things. We went to Manchester and we visited Manchester Wool and Yarn. Did we show this on the podcast?
I can't remember. I
don't think we did. While we were there, because when we visit a yarn shop, we like to buy some wool from them. We got some hand dyed from Penny Stitch Craft, and this is called Twilight Pool. It's 4-ply. It is 85% superwash merino and 15% neon neps. So it hasn't got any nylon in, so I'm not sure whether we should use it for socks, Dan.
Do it for a shawl. But
we could do another shawl with it, or wrist warmers or something. So Dan picked this, didn't you? You just really liked the colours, the blues and the greens and the neon. So that is in the stash now as well. We'll find something to do with that. And then the last thing is this. This is, it's from Knit Pro. It's called, is it Symphony Terror? And it's Knit Pro's hand dyed. So it is hand dyed. We have talked about this on a podcast. And this is the colour that I decided that I wanted to do something with. It's called, the label's gone. It's called Party Lights. And I just really liked the colours. Obviously from the rest of the table you can see that I really like these colours, and I want to do a shawl. That seems to be the theme this time. I want to do a shawl, but I'm looking for a shawl that I can also put some Fyberspates with. I have this Fyberspates left over from when I just did a small shop sample of stripes of colours. And I think that this goes really nicely with this. And then Dan had this Fyberspates the other month because he was going to knit a shawl with it, but then decided that he didn't like working with it. So these 2 colours I think go perfectly with this, but I don't want to hold it double. I want to like do a section with just this, and then a section with just this, and then a section with just this kind of thing. So it's all different. So I'm still on the lookout for a pattern for that, and when I find one, I do have one in mind, but I'm not sure whether it's going to look right. So yes, I am on the hunt for that, but I think that concludes all of my acquisitions. So that is everything that I've been working on over the last 3 months, and everything that I've bought recently. I will continue to work on these and update you when I finish them, and I'm going to enjoy wearing my socks that I've been holding off on wearing for a couple of months because I wanted to show you first. So have a nice day. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you aren't already. We're trying to reach, is it 3,000 subscribers?
Yeah.
By Christmas. Like the video, give it a comment. What are you working on at the moment? And I'll see you soon. Bye.